Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Arrow, and we are talking about Deathstroke, the episode Deathstroke. So let's get started. In this episode, we get to see Thea is kidnapped, and Deathstroke is just playing everybody. He's just using everybody as pawns to this big ending, which probably we'll see in the season finale. And Thea, of course, is being used in this episode, and we learn some couple of things in this episode. We get to see Thea learns the truth, not about, Oliver being Arrow, but someone else does, but instead about Malcolm Merlyn being her father. Finally. I think this is something that was really needed. We get to see Roy is very upset with Oliver, and Oliver kind of admits to himself, like, maybe I am making all the wrong decisions. So I think that's a very exciting revelation for both characters. And Roy actually leaves town. Where is he going to go? I don't think he's going to be going for much longer, but he does leave town just to kind of clear his head. And who knows what's going to happen, So we get that with Roy, and Thea literally has nobody. She doesn't trust anybody. So, who will she trust in the next episode will be the question. The person who told her the truth, maybe? The person who held her hostage? Will she go looking for Slade? Will she go looking for her father? Those are going to be some questions. But of course, people thought Malcolm was dead. Maybe Malcolm will go to her. Who knows? And I think that's going to be very interesting. Hopefully, we get revelations in the next episode for that. So yeah, we get to see Deathstroke playing everyone as pawns, and in the ending of this episode, he plays another person as a pawn, which is Laurel herself, and he reveals that Oliver is the Arrow. So what do I think about that? I'm the type of person that really thinks it's better to reveal the secret in these type of TV shows. I've read interviews with the writers too, and they believe the same thing. I honestly believe it because, hey, if they don't know the secret, there's not much going on with their character, and we see that a lot with Thea, and we see that a lot with Laurel. So her finding out and Slade just playing these pieces to his will, knowing what is weak to Oliver, I think was brilliant. And this might make Laurel a really interesting character. Do I want her to join Team Arrow? No, I don't. I really don't want her to join Team Arrow at the moment, but I think her understanding he's the Arrow will be interesting, especially as whatever happens to her in the future. I really don't know where Laurel's character is going to go, but she's still supposed to be the Black Canary, and I think this is a good direction. I'm surprised that she didn't find out about Sarah first, though, because she doesn't really have a secret identity that much. So it's interesting she finds out about Oliver, and I think this is a good idea. We also learned that Quentin doesn't know that Oliver is Arrow. There's a couple of times here he's like, yeah, I don't know who Arrow is. So I thought that was kind of strange. I guess Quentin's not the best detective, and he gets arrested in this episode. So that was fun. I don't know where they're gonna go with that. I think they're just trying to give Quentin some sort of story. And then Mora, she is going downhill also because she didn't tell her daughter about the secret, and she was very worried about her daughter being kidnapped. So if I think someone's going to die, though, it's going to be Mora. Even though there's story going on there, I think she's kind of the weakest link in the show. So I have a feeling she might die by the end of the episode. Also, we get Summer Glau back. She's one of my favorite actresses, so seeing her back is great. And seeing her teaming up with Deathstroke. We don't know exactly who she is, but she is now the head of she is the CEO of Queen Industries, and she did it for a reason. So I think that's very interesting. And she says a line that the sins of your father are the same of your son, or something like that. And I don't know what that means. I think this could mean two things. Maybe she's just comparing it to herself, saying, hey, I'm Ravager, I'm Rose Wilson, and I'm the daughter. Like, my sins of my father are going to be the same as mine. Or it could be something about Richard Queen, where we get to see that maybe she's like the daughter of Richard Queen. That'd be really a lot of fun, especially since she's a CEO of Queen Industries. I think that could be really fun. Maybe. I would really like to see that. So those are my two theories. I want to see her more as Rose, because that's what a lot of people have been guessing, that she's Ravager. And it makes sense if she's teaming up with him. Rose is very loyal to Slade in the beginning, and then kind of went against him, became a hero to the Teen Titans. So it'd be interesting to see her star as a villain, maybe turn into a hero in the end, if she is Ravager, or she might not be. Maybe she'll do what they did in the comics where she just pokes her eye out and wants to be exactly like her father. I think that could be a really cool journey. So I think that'd be interesting. We'll see where that goes. So I really like that tidbit, seeing her back and being evil. I think that progresses her story. It makes a little bit more sense that she was even introduced this season. We also get to see some plans being formed with the whole Deathstroke thing. He seems like he's getting more people to get ejected with the Mirakuru, which I'm actually surprised that Thea wasn't. I think that would have been interesting parallel with Roy and Thea if they were both injected, but that didn't happen. It seems like they're just going to do the villain thing and doing it with Deathstroke. So I think that is pretty interesting. We'll see that probably as a season finale, because I did see a photo where there's all these Deathstroke suits, so that's probably all the prisoners. Hopefully we'll get some cameos and Easter eggs in the next episode for that. So I honestly really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a very tense episode. A lot of people were saying, or the writers were actually saying, that the show would never be the same after this episode, which is true. And this could be like a season finale, which I thought was true also. I think there's so many things going on. I think the beginning was a little bit on the slower side, but I still had a pit in my stomach because I knew something was going to happen this episode, and I just didn't know when. So definitely, I have to give this 5 stars. I really had a pit in my stomach this whole entire episode because of how tense it was. Wanted to know what happened next, and there's a lot of revelations here where characters that haven't been utilized could really get some story. So let's talk about the 2 characters I've already talked about in the summary, but let's talk about Thea and Laurel, which I think were the biggest characters here that I haven't talked about yet fully. Oh, well, I actually talked about Laurel already, so yeah, her finding out, really excited to see that. And the next episode's called Under the Hood, the Man Under the Hood, so maybe that's Laurel learning who exactly Oliver is. And let's talk about Thea, because she was the main person in this episode, but not really in the episode that much. Like, if she's a main character in the episode, she didn't have much to do. She was just kidnapped. I love the threat she gave Slade and say, you know what, I'm gonna do something. Slade's like, you're a 19-year-old girl, what the hell are you gonna do? What threat do you have against me? So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, but she didn't have much to do until the end, and we kind of guessed what was gonna happen. So honestly, I think I would have liked the direction of her knowing both secrets. Maybe she does and didn't want to say it in front of Mora. But I thought that would be more interesting. I think Roy is going to end up revealing it, because we know more than one person will find out the identity in this season. So I think it's going to be Thea and Laurel, because Laurel already found out this episode, which again was a shock to me. I didn't expect her to find out this season. But I think it's better that they do this. I know a lot of people have things that they don't like that, but I do. But yeah, with Thea, I think this will grow her character a lot more. I'm a big fan of her character, which I'm actually going to have a topic video tomorrow of why Thea's character is so awesome, because I really do like her character in the comic books that's based on her character, which is Mia Dearden. So I just want to see that really formulate on screen, and I hope it does soon. But it's interesting, I saw her interview with Willa Holland on Comic Book Resource, and she said maybe she'll go in a villainous direction first, which I could see happening. I think she will interact with Malcolm before the season finale. And my guess, what I've been kind of speculating, is that she goes off with Malcolm Merlyn by the end of the season finale, trains during that break, and becomes this villainous character with Malcolm. I think that could be really interesting, and it seems like they're going in a good direction with Thea. I just hope they utilize her more, especially in the next episode. Now that she knows these revelations, what will she do with these revelations? So, looking forward to that. We have to wait 2 weeks, technically, because they won't have an episode next week. It'll be the last break, and then, of course, they're going to have the episode after. So I don't want to wait, but we have to. I'm very excited to see where it goes. But please tell me in the comments below what you thought. What do you think about Laurel knowing the secret? Do you think Thea was utilized well in this episode? I think she was, but kind of wanted a little bit more with her, especially since this was her episode. But I thought it was great. I loved it. So I'm going to give it 5 stars. Can't wait until more episodes, the last 5 episodes of the season. So please tell me in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and their own situations. And don't forget to like my Facebook page. And of course, I'll have our review next week. I'll see you guys later. Bye.